Hello everyone, welcome to Simple English Daily. I'm Anna, and I am so happy to see you in this cozy space. Today, we won't be talking about far-fetched dreams or complex philosophies. We are going to talk about something extremely practical. Something that you might be thinking about right now as you look at your wallet. That is, money. Have you ever asked yourself, why do I work hard for 8 hours a day, or even work overtime, and my salary isn't bad at all, but by the end of the month, my account is still empty? Have you ever seen a friend who earns less than you but manages to save more, and wondered what their secret is? If you are nodding along, then this podcast episode is specifically for you. Today, we will decode the financial trap that most of the middle class falls into. We will find out why a pay raise doesn't necessarily make you richer, and most importantly, how to keep money in your pocket in the smartest way possible. So, make yourself a cup of coffee. Sit down, and let's start this journey with Anna right now. My dear friends, let's talk about the most wonderful sound of the month. Ding ding. That is the sound of the salary notification hitting your account. In that fleeting moment, when you see that figure of a few $1,000s on your phone screen, you feel truly wealthy. A sense of power flows through you. You whisper a familiar promise to yourself. This month will be different. This month I will save. This month I will become a financial management genius. But then, reality hits you like a bucket of ice water. Day 5, you transfer money for rent, electricity, water, and internet. A huge chunk of your account vanishes. Day 10, Amazon has Prime Day or Black Friday. You scroll through, intending only to look, but those 50% off and free shipping tags beckon to you. And just like that, you accidentally finalize a few orders. This is essential. You always justify to yourself. Day 15. Friends invite you to dinner at a restaurant, then to a fancy Starbucks to check in. You can't refuse, fearing you'll be seen as stingy or fearing FOMO, fear of missing out. Day 20. Your car suddenly breaks down, or a wedding invitation from an old colleague unexpectedly flies in. And by day 25, you open your banking app. A red number appears. Your account is back to the starting line, or even in the negative if you use a credit card. You start counting down every day, every hour, waiting for the next ding ding to rescue your life. Welcome to the rat race. You run very fast, you work very hard, but you remain standing still financially. Why is that? We often harbor a misconception that, if I earn more money, I will be richer. But the harsh truth is, there are many people who, when earning $3,000, spend all $3,000. When their salary rises to $10,000, they still spend all $10,000. They might even be in more debt than when their salary was low. The cause doesn't lie in the amount you earn. It lies in a principle of behavioral psychology called Parkinson's law. This law originally referred to time management. Work expands so as to fill the time available for its completion. But when applied to personal finance, it states, expenses always expand to match your income. Think back, when you were a fresh graduate, an intern earning $2,000. You ate $10 fast food, took the bus or drove an old car, and lived in a cramped suburban studio. You survived, you were happy. But when you earn $6,000, suddenly, a $10 lunch becomes unhealthy. You must have a healthy $30 lunch. The old car becomes tacky, unworthy of your title. You switch to financing a brand new car. The old apartment feels suffocating. You move to a 2-bedroom apartment in the city center. And the most dangerous part is, you don't feel like you are squandering money. You feel those expenses are reasonable, essential for your new level. This is the phenomenon of lifestyle creep, or lifestyle inflation. We upgrade our lives just as fast, or even faster, than our salary increases. There is another equally interesting psychological effect called the Diderot effect. The story goes that the famous philosopher Denis Diderot was gifted a beautiful red velvet robe one day. He loved it. But when he wore that luxurious robe to sit at his desk, he suddenly saw that his old desk looked incredibly out of place and ugly. So, he bought a new desk. With the new desk, he saw the rug on the floor was too tattered compared to the desk and the robe. He bought a new rug. Just like that, he replaced all the furniture, the wall paintings, the chair, just to make everything match the original robe. In the end, he was drowning in debt. We are the modern-day Diderots. Buying an iPhone 15 Pro Max doesn't just cost $1,200 for the device. It entails a series of invisible costs: a premium case, AirPods, an iCloud plan, a 5G plan. And more importantly, you need stylish clothes and fancy trips to hold that phone up and take check-in photos. One new item demands other new items to go with it. That is why, for the average earner, the biggest enemy is not market inflation, nor rising gas prices. The biggest enemy is our own psychology of wanting to upgrade. So, how do we break this curse? How do we escape the clutches of Parkinson's law and the Diderot effect? We cannot alter human instinct, but we can rewrite the operating formula in our minds. Most people manage money using the traditional formula: income minus expenses equals savings. This means, when the salary arrives, you spend it on all your needs, and then stash away whatever is left. What is the result of this formula? Usually, there is not a single penny left. Because, per Parkinson's law, expenses expand to fill income. If there is a little left over, it will likely vanish next month for a new pair of shoes or a party. The wealthy, or those who truly master their money, flip this formula. This is the golden rule: pay yourself first. The formula becomes income minus savings equals expenses. The very moment that salary notification dings, your first action is not paying rent, and it is not celebrating. Your first action is, immediately slice off a portion and transfer it to a savings or investment account. Make that money vanish from your sight instantly. Pretend it never existed. You force yourself to make ends meet with only what remains. When resources are limited, your brain automatically becomes more creative and frugal to survive. But how much is enough? And how should you allocate it? Anna wants to introduce you to the most classic, easy-to-apply rule for the average earner, the 50-30-20ths rule. Imagine your income is a pizza divided into 3 slices. Let's say your monthly salary is $4,000. The first slice is needs, taking up 50%, equivalent to $2,000. These are the costs to survive. They include rent, groceries, utilities, gas, and insurance. If these total costs exceed 50% of your income, for example, earning $4,000 but spending $3,200 on rent and food, you are in the danger zone. You have no breathing room. The solution here must be drastic: either find a way to increase income, like a side hustle or learning new skills, or reduce fixed costs by moving to a cheaper place or finding a roommate. The second slice is wants, taking up 30%, equivalent to $1,200. This is the part that makes life worth living. It includes dining out, movies, clothes, Netflix, travel, gifts. Many beginners make the mistake of cutting this entirely. You live as ascetically as a monk. Mistake. If you cut out all joy, you will be psychologically suppressed. And one day, you will explode. You will fall into a state of revenge spending, blowing your savings in one night to compensate. So, allow yourself to spend that 30%. Enjoy it without guilt. But the rule is, once the $1,200 is gone, stop. Do not borrow from other funds. The third slice is future, taking up 20%, equivalent to $800. This is the most critical part. It is the part you pay to future you. This includes building an emergency fund, paying off bad debt, and investing. The number 20% might sound small, but its power lies in consistency and compound interest. $800 a month. After 1 year, you have $9,600. After 5 years, that figure plus interest becomes a solid shield protecting you from life's storms like unemployment or illness. However, Anna knows some of you will say, Anna, my salary is very low, barely enough for rent and food. How can I ensure 50%? Don't worry. The rule is there to serve us, not to bind us. If your salary is low, you can adjust it to 60, 30/10 or 70, 20/10. Even saving just 5% is okay. The key is not the number, but the habit. Habit is more important than amount. Build a groove in your brain about paying yourself first. And to do this in detail, the Japanese have a manual but extremely effective method called Kakebo. Kakebo requires you to use a pen and notebook, no phone apps. At the beginning of each month, you write down the answers to 4 questions. 1. How much money do I actually have? 2. How much do I want to save? 3. How much will I spend? 4. How can I improve next month? Handwriting helps your brain slow down. When you hold a pen and record each expense, you create a psychological pause. You will consider more carefully, do I really need this shirt? Or is it just a fleeting impulse? We often think we go broke because of grand decisions like purchasing a new car or booking an expensive vacation. But in reality, for the average earner, the true culprit making you poor isn't the big shark, but the thousands of tiny piranhas nibbling away at you every day. Benjamin Franklin, one of America's founding fathers, once famously said, "Beware of little expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship." Today, Anna wants you to join me in unmasking 2 of the most dangerous hidden enemies. Enemy 1, the latte factor. This term was coined by financial expert David Bach. Every morning on your way to work, you stop by Starbucks to buy a coffee or bubble tea for $5 or $6. You think, $5 is nothing, right? I work hard all day, don't I deserve to treat myself to a drink? True, $5 doesn't make you poor immediately. But the habit of spending $5 a day mindlessly will cost you a fortune. Let's do a simple calculation. $5 per day by 30 days equals $150 per month. 1 year equals $1,800. 10 years equals $18,000. $1,800 a year. With that money, you could buy a brand new MacBook Pro, you could purchase a high-quality skill course, or you could go on a lavish trip abroad. But instead, what did you do? You drank all that money. Anna isn't telling you to give up coffee. But instead of buying it at a shop every day, try brewing it at home to take away. The cost is only about 50 cents to $1. You still get good coffee, but you save $1,500 a year. Enemy 2, the subscription vampires. In the digital age, we are living in a subscription economy. Netflix, Spotify, YouTube Premium, a one-year gym membership, Amazon Prime, iCloud, Apple Music. Each item is only about $10 to $15 a month. Dirt cheap, right? Just the cost of a lunch. But the problem lies here, it deducts money automatically. It deducts money in silence. It deducts money even when you don't use it. How many of you here signed up for a one-year gym membership determined to transform yourself? Went for the first 2 weeks, and then left the card gathering dust at home? But the money is still gone. How many of you subscribe to Netflix but are too busy all month to watch a single movie? These are the financial vampires. They drain your account bit by bit every month without you even noticing, because there is no pain of paying with cash. Added together, they can gobble up hundreds to thousands of dollars of your money wastefully every year. My advice for you is to set aside 15 minutes this weekend. Open your banking app, print out the statements from the last 3 months. Take a red pen and circle all those petty, repetitive expenses. Review them. Do I still use this app? If it's unnecessary, cancel it immediately. Do I go to this gym? If not, terminate the membership. Do I need 3 music apps at the same time? You should only keep one. Every time you hit that unsubscribe button, that is cold hard cash returning to your pocket immediately. My dear friends, saving is not about being stingy. Saving is cutting back on unimportant things to have money to spend on things that truly matter to you. That is freedom. But Anna knows the biggest challenge still lies ahead. That is the moment you pick up your phone and browse shopping sites at 11 p.m. That is the moment you stroll through the mall and see the glowing red, sale 50% signs. That is when the shopping demon inside you rises up most fiercely. So how do we defeat it? Logic alone is not enough. You need psychological hacks. In this section, Anna will share with you 3 secret weapons that I always carry with me to protect my wallet. Hack 1. The 72-hour rule. We often fall into the trap of shopping based on emotion, yet we rationalize it with logic. When you see a stunning new pair of shoes, the dopamine in your brain surges. You feel a rush of euphoria. You think, I need these shoes. They will change my life. They are on sale. If I don't buy them now, I'll miss out. That is your emotion speaking, not you. To defeat emotion, you need one thing, time. The 72-hour rule works like this: whenever you want to buy an item that isn't on your essentials list, do one simple thing: add it to the cart, but do not pay. Close the app. Walk out of the store. Wait for 72 hours, that is 3 days. Why 72 hours? Because that is the time required for the dopamine fever to subside. After 3 days, go back and look at that item. There is a 90% chance you will look at it and ask yourself, why did I like this the other day? It looks pretty ordinary. I already have 3 similar ones at home. By then, the emotion has evaporated. Reason has returned to the driver's seat. You just saved money without any effort, simply by waiting. For bigger items like a phone or a car, apply the 30-day rule. If after 30 days you still crave it just as much as the first day, then go ahead and buy it. Hack 2. Calculate cost per use. Average earners often fall into a mental trap, fearing expensive items but being greedy for cheap bargains. You see a t-shirt for $10 online. You buy it immediately because you think it's a steal. You see a high-quality coat for $200. You shake your head vigorously, too expensive. I can't afford it. But let's recalculate using the cost per use formula. The $10 shirt has poor fabric and sloppy stitching. You wear it twice, and it stretches out, fades, or makes you feel insecure. You discard it. To cost per use equals $10 per 2 times equals $5 per wear. The $200 coat, classic design, durable fabric, exquisite stitching. You wear it to work, to hang out, to travel. You wear it for 3 winters, totaling about 200 times. To cost per use equals $200 per 200 times equals $1 per wear. You see, sometimes, cheap turns out to be expensive. The mindset of a money master is, I'm not rich enough to buy cheap things. Focus on quality over quantity. Build a capsule wardrobe, minimalist but high quality. It will save you thousands of dollars in the long run. Hack 3. The hours of life calculation. This is the most powerful strategy, and also, the most painful. Don't look at the price tag. View it through the lens of your life's time. Let's do a little math. Suppose your salary is $3,200 per month. You work 22 days, 8 hours a day, about 176 hours. Your hourly wage is about $18. Now, you want to buy a pair of branded shoes for $360. Don't think of it as $360 divided by $18. The result is 20 hours of work. Ask yourself, are these shoes worth a trade-off of 20 hours sitting with back pain in the office? Are they worth nearly 3 days of listening to my boss nag and enduring the crushing pressure of deadlines? When you convert material goods into sweat and labor, suddenly that item becomes much less attractive. You will realize that money isn't just paper. Money is your life's time packaged up. When you spend money wastefully, you are throwing away your own life. We have talked extensively about defense, which is saving. But in football, if you only defend, you will never win. You need an offense. It's the same in finance. There is a ceiling on how much you can save, but there is no ceiling on how much you can earn. If your salary is hovering around the $2,000 to $2,500 range, and you feel that applying the 50-30-20ths rule is too suffocating, then Anna's sincere advice is, don't force yourself to squeeze out another $20. Instead, channel all your energy into finding ways to increase your income. Don't just use a teaspoon to scoop water. Go dig a bigger well. So, where is the most profitable place to invest? For young professionals, or those in the early stages of their careers, the investment with the highest ROI, return on investment, isn't stocks, it isn't gold, and it isn't real estate. It is investing in yourself. Use those meager savings to sign up for a new skill course like advanced Excel, graphic design, or coding. Or learn a new language. The fact that you are listening to Simple English Daily right now is a fantastic investment. English can help you access foreign materials and work for multinational corporations with double or triple the salary. And, buy books. A book costing $15 to $20 contains the lifetime experience of an expert. That is the biggest bargain in history. When your competence rises, your income follows. And when your income rises while you maintain your old frugal lifestyle, that is when the magic happens. The gap between income and expenses will widen to the maximum. That is the expressway to wealth. My dear friends, we have reached the end of today's podcast journey. From identifying the paycheck to paycheck trap, to building a budget, and finally changing our consumption mindset, Anna wants to leave you with one final message. The goal of saving money is not to become the richest person in the graveyard. The goal of saving is not to live miserably, or to be a Scrooge toward yourself and your friends. The true purpose of money is freedom. When you have savings in the bank, you have the power to say no to exploitative jobs that you despise. You have the right to walk away from a toxic environment without fear of starving tomorrow. You have the right to spend time with your children or care for your parents when they are sick without worrying about hospital bills. You can sleep soundly every night without waking up in a cold sweat over debt. The money you earn brings autonomy to your life. That is true wealth. Remember, you don't need to get rich overnight. You just need to be a little richer than the you of yesterday. $1 saved today is a seed for your freedom tomorrow. And now, Anna has a small challenge for you this week. Anna wants you to pick one expense that you know is wasteful, like an app subscription, a coffee shop habit, or online shopping, and axe it today. Then, take that exact amount and transfer it to your piggy bank or savings account. Please comment below and let Anna know, what is your biggest financial nemesis? Is it coffee, online shopping, or parties? Anna will read all the comments and might even give you some extra advice. If you found this episode helpful, don't keep it to yourself. Hit the like button, hit share to send it to your best friends or colleagues who are struggling, waiting for their paycheck every month. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to Simple English Daily so you don't miss the next episodes on self-development and learning English. Thank you for listening. I wish you a new week of smart spending, skilled earning, and living a life of freedom. I'm Anna. See you next time. Goodbye and spend wisely.